Hello and welcome everyone to AARP Wyoming's 2026 Video Voter Guide Series. I'm Tom Laycock with AARP Wyoming, and today we're joined by Lauren Schoenfeld, who's running for the Wyoming Legislature in Senate District 5, located in Laramie County. AARP has a proud 40-year history of nonpartisan voter engagement and does not endorse or oppose candidates, nor does AARP make contributions to political campaigns or candidates at any level. Instead, we ask questions so our members understand where the candidates sit on important issues and can make their own decisions on Election Day. Today, I will ask Ms. Schoenfeld 3 questions, allowing for a 1-minute and 30-second response to each. Then we'll give her 2 minutes to deliver her pitch to the voters of Senate District 5. So our first question is this. Recent AARP survey data suggests 80% of older adults wish to age in their homes and communities as they get older. If elected, what would you do to ensure older Wyoming residents can stay in their homes and communities as long as they want?
Thank you, Tom. And thank you for having me this morning with you. So I think that this statistic reflects something deeply Wyoming. We are independent. We want to stay in our homes, in our communities, close to the people and the places that we love. And that desire does not change as we get older, and our policies should not work against this. If elected, I would focus on a few practical priorities. First, property tax relief. We can't talk about helping seniors stay in their homes while taxing them out of those same homes. Meaningful relief for older residents on fixed incomes is the foundation for everything else. Second, supporting the workforce that makes aging in place possible. Home health aides, caregivers, and direct care workers are the backbone of this system. Wyoming isn't producing enough of those currently. And I would work to address workforce shortages that leave seniors without the care that they need to remain independent. Third, protecting and strengthening community-based services. Transportation, meal delivery, and in-home support aren't just nice to have. They are what keeps seniors out of far more costly institutional care. As a former county commissioner, I know how critical it is to support these services and keep decision-making local, so our communities can tailor the support to what their residents actually need. And finally, expanding access to telehealth in rural areas. Wyoming's a big state, and a senior in a rural community shouldn't have to drive hours for a routine check-in when technology can bring that care directly into their home. Aging in place isn't just a policy goal, it reflects the Wyoming values of independence, dignity, and community, and I will absolutely fight for that.
Thank you. Our second question is this. AARP Wyoming's 2023 Vital Voices survey and our 2025 member survey show that our members are seeking candidates who will help protect them from fraud and scams. In recent years, we've seen scammers evolve to using crypto ATMs and deed fraud to separate Wyomingites from their cash. How would you work to protect older adults from fraud and scams?
So this issue is personal to me. My husband spent his career in law enforcement protecting the people of this state, and he continues to do so. Scammers today are sophisticated, relentless, and specifically targeting our most vulnerable residents. This is not something that I take lightly. Here's where I'd focus. First, I would increase education and awareness at the community level. Scammers win when people don't know what to look for. I support the work that AARP is doing to get fraud prevention information directly into communities through senior centers, churches, libraries, and local events. Second, stronger protections against deed fraud. Wyoming counties need the tools and resources to flag suspicious title transfers and alert homeowners before fraud is complete. This is a solvable problem with the right legislative attention. Third, addressing crypto ATM fraud directly. These machines have become a primary vehicle for scamming older adults out of their savings. I would support regulations that require clearer warnings, transaction limits, and reporting requirements on crypto ATMs. Common sense guardrails that don't restrict legitimate use, but make it harder for scammers to operate. And lastly, ensuring our law enforcement has what it needs to investigate and prosecute these crimes. Financial fraud against seniors should be treated the same seriousness as any other crime. Wyoming seniors have earned the right to live without fear of being robbed by a scammer, and I will ensure that they have that protection.
Thank you. Our third and final question. We know Wyoming residents are concerned about rising property taxes. While property taxes can be burdensome for some, they also fund critical state and local services. These services include local transportation, home-delivered meals, and home health services that keep older adults aging in place. If elected, how would you balance the need for relief with ensuring critical services are in place?
Thank you. Property taxes are squeezing Wyoming retirees, many who have worked their entire lives within this state. So this is a real issue and it needs to continue to be addressed. At the same time, the services that you're describing, Tom, home delivered meals, transportation, and home health care are what allow our seniors to stay in their homes and in their communities rather than entering more costly institutional care. That's not just compassion, it's fiscally smart. As a former county commissioner, I've seen how these funding decisions play out at a local level. The answer isn't simply cut taxes and let services collapse. The answer is targeted, thoughtful reform that does not take decision making away from our local governments. I support property tax relief that is structured to protect Wyoming seniors on fixed incomes who are being taxed out of the homes that they've worked for and owned for decades. At the same time, I believe we need to look carefully at how we fund our essential services, find efficiencies where they exist, and ensure that local communities have the flexibility to prioritize the services that their residents actually need. Wyoming's strength comes from neighbors taking care of neighbors, and our good policy should reflect that. It protects people's abilities to stay in their homes while making sure no one is left without the help that they've earned.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to answer our questions today, Ms. Schoenfeld. Now let's give you 2 minutes to explain why you believe you're the best person to represent Senate District 5.
Thank you. I'm a Wyoming native and a conservative Republican. Growing up in Farson, I had incredible opportunities that I want to preserve and build upon for my daughter and stepkids and the future of Wyoming. Small town Wyoming teaches you things that you can't learn anywhere else. The value of hard work, the importance of self-reliance, and what it means to show up for your neighbors. Farson didn't have everything, but it had something far more important, a community of people who took care of each other and did not wait for government to solve their problems, and who understood that freedom isn't just a word, it's a way of life. I carry those values into my career in business, nonprofit, and public service. As a previous commissioner, I led where real decisions got made about roads, budgets, and the services our neighbors depend on. I know that the best government is the closest to the people it serves, not agendas from outside interests, local people making good decisions. And that's how I approach leadership. Senate District 5 deserves a senator who wakes up every morning thinking about the families here in Laramie County, not about political parties or caucuses. Our community is facing real challenges, but there are solutions. I'm running because I look at my daughter and I want her to grow up in a Wyoming that still looks like the Wyoming that I know, free, independent, and full of opportunity. I would be honored to earn your vote, and I look forward to partnering with AARP to meet your needs. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Ms. Schoenfeld, and thank you to our viewers for joining us for this video voter guide. We encourage you to keep checking Cowboy State Daily and AARP Wyoming's Facebook page for more voter guides in the days to come.